Okay, to recap the previous episodes, the Coaster Wars was a time in the coaster industry between 1989 to 2007, started by Magnum XL 200, where parks would innovate and would compete with other parks to build taller, faster, and better coasters. This time would come to an end in 2007 when Cedar Point opened Maverick. This made parks realize that they could save money and build smaller but better experiences. Last time we talked about Top Thrill Dragster, Cedar Point's worst nightmare. Through its service life, Top Thrill Dragster would be a pain to operate for Cedar Point and a maintenance nightmare. But Cedar Point would continue to operate and repair the problematic coaster without fail until 2021. If you want to know more about this, watch my last video on Top Thrill Dragster, but this video is for its sequel. After Top Thrill Dragster would close, fans would speculate whether the ride would ever open again. Some thought, of course, it's closed and reopened like this many times before, while others thought it would never be allowed to reopen again. The ride would stay closed through the 2021 season and the entire 2022 season with no action, until after the park reopened for the 2022 Halloween. Cedar Point set up a construction wall blocking off the Dragster area and would remove all track from the ride except for the top hat. It would also be around this time where Cedar Point made an official statement, stating, quote, "After 19 seasons in operation with 18 million riders experiencing the world's first Stratocoaster, Top Thrill Dragster as you know it is being retired. However, Cedar Point's legacy of ride innovation continues. Our team is hard at work creating a new reimagined ride experience. We will share more details at a later date." This was it. It was the end for Top Thrill Dragster. Or was it? Coaster nerds in true coaster nerd fashion would decide to pick this announcement apart. Little things in the wording made people believe this really was an end for the iconic ride, but instead it would be transformed. A common theory was the hydraulic launch would be replaced with LSMs instead. On January 9th, Cedar Point would post a cryptic video on the top hat stating, quote, "A new formula for thrills," confirming the return of at least the top hat. Later on, drone footage would capture footers being poured behind Iron Dragon. This got fans riled up. There were two major theories that came out of this: a double top hat and the more reasonable backwards spike. Cedar Point would let the theories go on without saying much, except for a few teasers, until August 1st. Cedar Point would announce Top Thrill 2, their all-new triple-launching Stratocoaster. Top Thrill 2 would launch up to 74 miles per hour, rollback. Okay, wait, can we talk about this rollback? Cedar Point, this is not a rollback. This is just sad. As somebody who has experienced a rollback, this is definitely not a rollback. Okay. It would fall backwards, speeding up to 101 miles per hour, going up a 420-foot backwards spike. Top Thrill 2 would also sport an all-new fresh color scheme, with gray supports and white track, and red checkered accents towards the top. Top Thrill 2 would be a first-of-its-kind roller coaster, with no other coaster like this ever being converted. Top Thrill 2 would take the hydraulic launch coaster and make it safer and more reliable using LSMs to get the train up to speed rather than the intricate and unreliable hydraulic launch. Hydraulic launches feature tons of different pieces and parts, and thousands of delicate sensors, and if one of them breaks, it's all over. LSMs, on the other hand, are a lot more reliable. LSMs, or linear synchronous motors, have few to no moving parts, and because they are just magnetic pulses, they could also act as brakes in case the train doesn't make it all the way up the top hat. Where on the other hand, the hydraulic launch has to use a bunch of brake fins perfectly timed, where any error can result in downtime. Another factor that will increase its reliability is its trains. While the former trains were super technical and over-engineered, the new Lightning trains are a lot more simple. Made of machined aluminum, the trains are a lot easier to inspect and a lot less chances of stuff going wrong because they really aren't that intricate. Finally, you don't have to worry about stuff falling off because the train is just one big block of aluminum and not tons of parts. Despite Zamperla not being a large and well-known manufacturer, they have certainly made a name for themselves with the introduction of Top Thrill 2, creating an RMC-esque market for redoing hydraulic launch coasters. And I suspect Top Thrill 2 won't be the last. However, I feel like this is a topic to cover in another video.